In the headlines, Dominica records 4 new cases of COVID-19. Leader of the Dominica Freedom Party responds to threats of legal action by former DFP press secretary. And activities for Cable and Wireless Flow Dominica's Mission Week continue. I'm Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News. Back with the details after this.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, as of Wednesday, 18th November, Dominica stood at 17 active cases of COVID-19. 55 cases have successfully recovered with no deaths reported to date.
Over the past week, we have had 4 new confirmed cases of COVID-19. 2 of these 4 cases linked to a cluster originating from the All Saints University. The 3rd case was identified following a rapid test performed at the Douglas Charles Airport during entry. The 4th case is a foreign national identified via pre-travel screening. The investigation is ongoing and information will be shared with public as it becomes available. These 4 cases are between the ages of 23 to 38 years old, 2 males and 2 females. They are asymptomatic now, but 2 of them exhibited mild flu-like symptoms, mainly low-grade fever and runny nose, about a week prior to their diagnosis. Contact tracing is ongoing. So far, 72 contacts have been tested, and all are negative.
Dr. Ahmed wants the public to be aware of the similarities and the differences between the regular flu and the COVID-19.
It is hard to distinguish COVID from flu based on signs and symptoms, especially at the beginning of the symptoms. Both may progress into severe condition and requiring hospitalization. Without a definitive laboratory diagnosis, it is not possible to differentiate one from the other. But COVID cases may present with loss of smell and taste, which is typical to COVID-19 only. In terms of incubation period, which is the period between exposure and onset of illness, a COVID-19 case may take between 2 to 14 days, whereas flu case takes between 1 to 4 days. Hence, the flu has a short incubation period. In terms of duration of infectiousness, COVID-19 cases may be infectious about 2 days before experiencing signs or symptoms and could remain contagious for at least 10 days after signs or symptoms first appear. On the other hand, flu cases are contagious for about 1 day before they show symptoms and may remain contagious up to 7 days. In terms of transmission, both COVID-19 and flu can spread from person to person, especially between people who are in close contact with one another. Both are spread mainly by droplets made when people with illness cough, sneeze, or talk. Contaminated surfaces and objects would be the other source of transmission. But the difference is COVID-19 is considered a super spreading disease.
In more top stories, Leader of the Dominica Freedom Party, Kent Vital, has responded to threats of legal action by former DFP Press Secretary Parry Bellot. During a ceremony on Wednesday to recognize Link magazine and its staunch supporters, Parry Bellot, who served as press secretary under the Dame Eugenia Charles administration, announced he is considering taking legal action against the current leadership of the Dominica Freedom Party. According to Bellot, Kent Vital, who is now leader of the party, and Johnson Boston, Secretary General of the Dominica Freedom Party, made statements on a local radio station which defamed his character. Bellot claims the remarks made against him 3 months ago were wrong and damaging to his reputation. However, leader of the Dominica Freedom Party, Kent Vital, had this to say on the threat of legal action against him.
Well, on the Parry matter, we really don't have anything to say on this to Parry. Parry apparently wants attention, and he's seeking some sort of attention. So if he wants to do what he wants to do and he thinks he has some case to make, let him make his case. But we ask him to inform the public on a certain matter. So he's free to inform the public or not inform the public. He's free to try to sue us if he wants to. So let him do just that. I don't have much attention to pay to Parry. So that's all I would have to say on that matter.
In more developments, leading telecommunications service provider Flow Dominica has made good on its promise to one of the island's primary schools. On Thursday, as part of its Mission Day activities, Flow Dominica introduced the students of the Roseau Primary School to a newly outfitted computer lab. The telecoms giant had adopted the Roseau Primary School in 2011 and has consistently helped improve the learning environment at the facility. General Manager of Flow Dominica, Jeffrey Baptiste, says the company remains committed to helping develop and shape the youth of the country. The Flow Dominica General Manager urged the students to be focused on school and do their work diligently in order to make themselves and the wider community proud. Earlier this week, Flow Dominica had embarked on a Stop the Spread campaign distributing masks around the city of Roseau, another of its activities for Mission Week. You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid. But there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Welcome back. 4 major partners have come together to provide maximum exposure for local entrepreneurs. The disclosure by Executive Director of the DAIC, Lizra Fabian, as Dominica observes Global Entrepreneurship Week this week. According to Fabian, the 4 entities, namely the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce, the Dominica Youth Business Trust, the Ministry of Trade, and the Office of the Prime Minister, saw it fit to join resources to help entrepreneurs who have been severely impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic.
For this initiative, we've decided to support 40 entrepreneurs in being able to take their products online. We've known that as a result of COVID, lots of businesses had to close their doors and they had to find other means of being sustainable. And this is as a result of ensuring that we do not just say COVID has affected us and we can't have a physical expo, but we're taking it online. It's a first of its kind, and we really want to encourage everyone who's here and everyone listening to join us in making this a great success.
The virtual expo takes place this Friday, 20th November from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fabian says it is important that local entrepreneurs and business places become digitized so as to increase their visibility and financial earnings, especially during the COVID-19 era.
Why are we doing this? This is important because we want our businesses to be able to be digitized. We've partnered with 5 platforms, and these platforms are Dominica Online Mall, Shop DM, Access 767, iShop Caribbean, and Mooseboy. We've known that these platforms have existed, and we've known more about them since COVID has affected us. And our entrepreneurs, many of them are not on these platforms, but this is an opportunity to get them onto this platform so you can stay in the comfort of your home. The diaspora can stay in the comfort of their home or in the country that they are at and tune in to go onto any of these platforms and purchase something from Julie Robin, purchase something from Big G's Pepper Sauce, purchase something from Jody Dangleben.
The Dominican public and those overseas are being called upon to support this first-of-its-kind venture in order to make it a success.
How awesome would it be to be able to support the economy of Dominica and our entrepreneurs by being able to just tune in via platform? This is the first of its kind, as we mentioned, and please do not stay away. Please support us as we've been working very diligently to ensure that all our entrepreneurs can benefit from this amazing opportunity.
And the outcome of a major sporting event held last weekend is proof that during the COVID-19 pandemic, approval for hosting an event does not necessarily mean the police will not pull the plug in cases where health protocols are ignored. Cabinet recently approved regulations to govern gatherings and make mask wearing in public mandatory. Out of 30 applications received by the police for the hosting of events and activities so far, only a handful have been approved. Deputy Chief of Police Davidson Valerie says only 5 of these events were successfully held.
One of the events approved was the hosting of the Recovery Knockout Championship organized by the Dominica Football Association at the Windsor Park Stadium on Sunday, November 15, 2020. However, the last game had to be cancelled for various breaches of the COVID-19 protocol. So the last game was in fact called off during the play. A number of people were found not to be wearing masks. The number of people at the event was greater than what was permitted. Social distancing protocols were not observed. A few people were observed to be entering at unauthorized entry points. A case in point was the breaching of the perimeter fencing. Ladies and gentlemen, COVID-19 is not a joke and should not be taken as such. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is once again appealing to everyone to observe the COVID-19 protocols. We pledge our commitment to continue to work with the Ministry of Health and other stakeholders to enforce the laws of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
With the exception of schools and churches, the new regulations prohibit gatherings of more than 200 people. Permission in writing must be sought from the Chief of Police for gatherings of over 50 people.
No one shall attend any event or activity where 200 people or more are gathered. A police officer has the authority to disperse any large gathering. Anyone who does not comply with the order of the police officer to disperse commits an offense. In order to host any event, in order to host any event targeting 50 people or more, written permission from the Chief of Police must first be obtained. The event organizer must meet a number of conditions, stipulated in the event application form before permission can be granted.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid. But there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. Dominica records 4 new cases of COVID-19. Leader of the Freedom Party responds to threats of legal action by former DFP press secretary. And activities for Cable and Wireless Flow Dominica's Mission Week continue. Feel free to access our past newscast on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis. And to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us next time.